Hey guys, it's Sebastian. So in this video, I want to walk through my 0 to 50K in 21 days dropshipping case study. This is not something that happened months ago or years ago. This is something that has happened the past 3 weeks. So started June 23rd, this store launched and I launched ads on that date. And now it is July 13th when I'm filming this video. And that is a total of 3 weeks. I've been able to generate 50K from zero revenue. It's a brand new store, no data or anything like that. So I'm going to go over exactly how I did it, how I found the products, how I ran the ads, and I said products because I'll explain everything like that. And then how I ran the ads, I'll show you the exact profit and loss and exactly how much I profited week by week. And then I'll show you the ads as far as how they performed and stuff week by week. And then I will show you basically everything. So before we get into this, be sure to smash the like button and click subscribe below because I am posting every single day. Now that that is out of the way though, let's get into this slideshow. So first things first, the product and store. So I found 2 products via Facebook ads. Basically, I was just on my feed scrolling and I got hit with 2 ads from different products. And that is normally how I find products. A lot of people overcomplicate it and think there's something crazy to do, but I'm being honest, I found these via Facebook ads and they had massive wow factor and solved the problem. So when I was watching the ads, I had gotten hooked on the products. I was like, okay, that's a nice product. It has a big wow factor, which wow factor is basically like, it sort of shocks you when you see the product and you're like, holy crap, that is a cool product, that type of thing. It's kind of like the fidget spinner, like it kind of solved the problem, but it was also like a big wow factor. So these products had both, which was amazing, and it didn't have an insane amount of competition. So how I checked that was I basically went on Google and typed in the product and clicked shopping, and then I saw who was running Google ads, and then I also searched the product on Facebook. Now the next thing I did was looked on AliExpress to see how many orders they had, and one product did not have a lot of orders, one did, and I tested both of them. So I'll get into exactly why I tested 2 products, which one ended up working and all that stuff. But again, I went on AliExpress, typed in the products. One of them had a decent amount of orders, one did not. So off the bat, I was like kind of hesitant about one of them, and then they both had at least a 3x markup, which was good. That's essential for when I'm running a store. I always need to at least have a 3x markup. So if I find the product on Alibaba or AliExpress, which I'll mention Alibaba in a second, if I find it for $10, I will expect to sell it for $30. If I find it for $100, I expect to sell it for $300, and so on. So then I went on Alibaba and started messaging suppliers for each of the products. It was 2 products. I messaged probably 5 to 10 suppliers for each of them, and I asked all of them if they would do dropshipping. Now, that is something that you guys probably don't hear often, but Alibaba, I found it's very easy to fulfill your orders. You don't need Oberlo or anything like that. You just create the product on your site and then have an Alibaba supplier fulfill the orders via CSV. So you just export your orders via CSV, send them your order info, and then they will fulfill them and send you back a CSV, or there are apps that you can integrate with your supplier. But anyways, I contacted a lot of them on Alibaba and came to the conclusion of 2 I was going to work with, so that was nice. And then I got creatives made pretty quickly, I believe in like 2 days from finding the product or the products, and I didn't steal videos from competitors, which is something a lot of people normally do. It just doesn't, it's not something I do anymore. I used to when I first started out, and it's not really too effective. So I had a company which I use, topnotchads.com. I'll have a link in the description for that, but I use them and that's who I got custom creatives for. It's good because you normally have a better click-through rate when you have custom videos that are fresh and new, because again, if you're targeting an audience for this product, most likely your competitors have thought of the audience. So if you are using the same video, you're likely to have a low click-through rate. Now, the way that a lot of people are currently dropshipping, which I believe is inefficient, is people find 10 to 20 products, 10 plus at least, and they find products that may perform well. They basically just take the competitors' videos from Facebook ads, they don't get custom videos made, and they launch all those products in a general store until you kind of figure out which one is a winner. And then you turn off ads for the other products and focus on the winner. If none of them perform, you kind of restart your testing until you find a winner. Now, the issue is you're focusing on the wrong task, which is solely running ads. That shouldn't be really your main focus. Your main focus should be running ads onto a good product. If you run ads perfectly, but the product and offer is not good, you will not generate profitable sales. It isn't how Facebook ads or dropshipping works as a whole. So you tend to find low quality products and rush the product research side of things, when that's, in my opinion, the most important part. Because again, you can run ads perfectly, but if your product and offer isn't good, the ads won't convert at all. So the solution to this issue is logical dropshipping. Now, I just coined that term basically it's just dropshipping and being logical with how you're doing things. So why would you ever spend money on ads towards a product that you know isn't going to perform well? That may sound weird because a lot of people are used to testing products when, yes, you obviously have to test a product, but you don't have to test a product to see if it works. You normally have to test a product to figure out which ads work, which creatives work, which interests work, and so on. So what I do is I find 1, 2, 3 products that I'm extremely confident in, and then I, instead of think like which product will work, my mindset is which product is going to be the most profitable. So I launched a total of 2 stores on the 23rd of June, and I ran them both for like a week or so, or I think 5 days or something, and it wasn't until that day where I actually focused on one product. So that mentality allowed me to find higher value products that have much more potential to start and scale, because again, I'm focused solely on finding valuable products that I already know are going to sell well. And I'll make product research videos in the future. That's not what this video is about, but understand that concept. This is a concept you guys definitely should have implemented right away, because again, if you are focused on finding amazing products rather than just testing tons of products that may or may not work, then you will probably lose a lot of money because you're spending money on, again, stuff that may not even work. So I'm going to go over Facebook ads and how I did this with testing phase 1. So basically I launch 1 conversion campaign for each product. If you are running 3 products, you're going to launch 3 campaigns. If you're running 2 products, 2, and so on. So you can run them on the same store for the time being. I suggest you just set up 1 product or 1 store with a few products. It's completely fine. And then it'll be a CBO structure, and this is going to be the structure where you do 10 ad sets, all ran for purchases. Some people do like per post engagement and stuff like that. They don't do conversions, but I'm not really a fan of that. I like going straight for the kill, and it's working really well for me. I'll show you in the next few slides, but I always run them for purchases. I either do US or T4. Right now I'm only doing US. With the things going on in the world, it is very easy for me to just focus on this country, because if I focus on more, then there could be a lot more volatility in shipping time. So I would just rather focus on one country. It is way easier and more efficient. And then I always do 18 plus, both genders, unless it's absolutely just a male or female product. Facebook will normally just optimize for you, so you don't really have to change it much. And then I always do English language only. And then I do 1 single interest for each ad set. I had it say CBO and I just edited it, so don't freak out. It's per ad set. You want to have a total of 10 unique interests in each campaign. Again, 1 interest per ad set. And then each ad set should have a minimum spend of 5% of your total CBO budget. So if you do the math, that is a total of 50% delegated towards each ad set, meaning, or total ad sets. So that leaves 50% of your daily budget for your CBO to be optimized and ran and delegated with just Facebook's algorithm. So they'll do it for you. That both allows each ad set to have enough spend to actually perform fair, and then also, again, gives Facebook the freedom to actually figure out which ad sets will perform best with the spend. So that's what I like to do, because I don't like just going with no minimum spend, because again, then some ad sets don't get any spend and don't really get the chance to perform at all. Like I said, you'll launch a total of 3 CBOs if you are testing 3 products, essentially, again, 1 campaign per product. And then the budget can be $50 to $100 a day, dependent on what you're willing to spend. Some people are comfortable with doing $100. That's going to be $300 if you have 3 products you're testing. So again, pick whatever you're comfortable with. Testing phase 2 is very simple. You let your campaigns run for 3 days before you even touch them. Never even edit your campaigns. A lot of people do edit their campaigns. They like edit the budget and edit their interests, edit all types of stuff, or add in new creatives. I personally don't. It messes with optimization quite a bit, to the point where it could break your campaign, and I'm not willing to risk that if I have a campaign that is very profitable. It isn't really worth it. It's smarter for me to just duplicate the campaign and edit it on that new campaign rather than editing the one that's already optimized. But after 3 days, if you get add to carts, initiate checkouts, or purchases on any ad sets, let them continuously run. So out of 10 ad sets in each campaign, some should perform well. So what you'll do is you'll turn off your worst ad sets in the campaign. So the ones that have, let's just say, no add to carts or no initiate checkouts. If you have like 5 that do have initiate checkouts and add to carts and maybe purchases, let those run and turn off the ones that are not performing well. And then you'll need to let the campaign re-optimize, because each ad set is now having the potential to spend a lot more money per day, since you've probably cut the ad sets down in half from 10 to 5 5 or 10 to 4, something along those lines. Now, if none of the ad sets performed well, you want to go back to testing phase 1 and start a new campaign for each of the products, or if some campaigns just didn't perform well or just one didn't, then relaunch phase 1 with new interest and see if that was the issue. Testing phase 3, very simple. You want to follow the same rules for all campaigns, turning off those that have no ads carts, initiate checkouts, or purchases after a few days, and let the other ad sets run for a total of 1 week. After your first week of testing, analyze all the ads, and based on your data for each product, you want to just select the top performing product. So it's not something where you're like, okay, let's go in the dark and run ads and see which product is going to work. It's one of those things where it should be like which one is the most profitable. So one may have a 2 ROAS, which should be profitable. One may have a 3, and one may have a 5 ROAS after 2 weeks or so. And then after that, once you pick your product, you're going to redesign your store and have it structured one product style. So you'll just have it be with that one product and set up your store properly for that. And then while you're doing this, still let your original campaign run. If it's profitable, don't mess with it. And then simultaneously, you want to launch a new one with new interests based on the top performers of your last campaign. So how you can do that is just click on or edit your ad set and then click suggestions on your ad set interest, and it should give you good suggestions for other interests that may potentially work well. Now, you essentially just want to keep rinsing and repeating this until you have a solid amount of ad sets that are working really well on a consistent basis. And then for testing phase 4, what you want to do is take your top performing ad sets overall for like the whole time that your ads have been running for just the product that you picked, and take them and put them into an ad set budget campaign. So why do we do this? Well, we're going to give each ad set enough money to where they actually have the opportunity to perform very consistently. So I normally do it where I double the cost per purchase and give that the daily spend. So if your cost per purchase right now is 15, I'll give the ad set a $30 per day spend. And then if I have 5 ad sets that are doing a good amount, like $15 cost per purchase, then I'll take all 5 of those and put them in a campaign with ad set budget and give them all a 30-day budget, making the total campaign budget 150. Now, this is something a lot of people don't ever do, but it is very logical because, again, if you have an ad set that is performing well in a CBO with, let's just say again, $15 cost per purchase, and you give it double the amount that it is currently optimized for purchases, you are potentially going to be getting 2 purchases every single day. Now, that is not likely that it's going to happen every single day, but that is why we're still in the testing phase. We want to see what works at a higher daily spend. Now, at this point, you just want to keep analyzing your ads daily and seeing if the cost per click and CTR goes down. This is important because you want to figure out how these ads are performing at a higher spend. Understand, after even 3 weeks, all of your ads probably won't be optimized. It's going to take some time. I'm only in week 3. I just ended week 3 of this store, and a lot of my ads are not fully optimized, so I don't expect your guys's to. It's not really that likely to happen. So again, that isn't going to happen for another few weeks or so. Okay, so now that I went over basically how I did this, I'm going to show you guys Facebook. Okay, so now here's week 1 for the Facebook Ads Manager. I had a total of $483 spent with around 5,600 revenue with a total of 11.5 ROAS. Very good week. It's very profitable because I took a lot of time to, again, find these products and make sure that they are valuable before I even thought of testing them. Now, if you guys do think this revenue is fake or something, you guys can follow my Instagram, link in the description. I post my revenue, I refresh my Shopify, I do everything on there. I just personally don't really know how to like screen record and then blur out certain stuff on my computer, so that's kind of why I don't do that. But then here is week 2, which is June 30th to July 6th. I had a total of 36 purchases, 1,500 spent for a total of 15,500 generated, 10.34 ROAS. Facebook wasn't tracking every single purchase. I don't really know exactly why. I have a few ideas, but I don't have the exact reason. So that's why revenue may be a little lower. I'll show you my lifetimely, which is going to be every single like profit and loss, and show you exactly the profit. And then this is week 3, which was the 7th of July to July 13th, which is today. And I had a total of 46 purchases tracked with $1,750 ad spend. It's like an exact number because I have a $250 a day spend limit, which is very unfortunate. And then the purchase conversion value is 20,000, not 2,000. That would be bad. And then ROAS is 11.52. Now, this is not the total revenue because a lot of it, like some of it wasn't tracked. So here are the total expenses. For week 1, revenue was $4,529. I had spent $648 on ads. Cost of goods were $1,606. Fees were $221, bringing the week 1 net profit, which is, again, that's overall profit, like after all expenses. Now, Now, it's very difficult to be profitable week one, but I was able to maintain a solid profit margin even week one, and the margins just went up and up as time went on, and they will continue to as time goes on, which is amazing. But week two was the 30th through the 6th, and revenue was at $18,222 basically, and ad spend was around $1,500 like I mentioned. Cost of goods are at $3,800. Fees are around $900. Fees calculate like payment processor fees and that stuff, and that brings the week two net to around $12,000, which is really good for week two with just $18,000 revenue. Now, week three was by far the best week so far because my ads have started to optimize a lot to the point where today I did around, I believe I did like $8,000 today in revenue, and I'd only spent $250 on ads, which is really nuts. It's right here. I'll show you. Today right there, that was around $8,000, and again you can see this orange line, ad spend has not budged. But right here, week three, revenue was around $32,000, ad spend was $1,750, cost of goods was $7,435, fees were $1,538. Week three net was $20,666, which is really good for 1 week of dropshipping. Again, this is the third week of the store, and it's already profiting me $20,000 per week. If you multiply that by 4, that is a monthly income of around $80,000, and that's if I don't scale this store. This is going to be something I scale a lot, but the total profit for 21 days, which is the 3 weeks that I've ran this store so far, is $34,743.48, which is really good, and the total revenue is $58,141. A lot of people show revenue but don't show profit. My margins are really high. I have no issue showing all the expenses and profit and stuff because, again, I want to be as transparent as I possibly can. And then I'll again show you guys the lifetimely. Again, this is from June 23rd to July 13th, which is today. Again, revenue, product costs, marketing costs, net profits. Net profit is a little off right here from right here because it doesn't properly calculate shipping costs in this, and that's the only issue with that, but it's fairly accurate. It gives me a good understanding day by day to know a rough estimate of how much I've profited. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video as to how I scaled a store from $0 to $50,000 in 21 days. It was very fun, and it's been very fun to scale this store. I'm excited to scale it even more. It should be something where I do around $100,000, if not more, if my ad spend limit gets increased. I should do again $100,000 this month, which is July 2020, and then next month it should be a lot more. Hopefully, again, I'm just waiting on my ad spend limit to get increased. But again, hope you guys did get massive value from this. If you did, smash the like button and click subscribe below. And if you guys have questions, comments, or concerns, you can always drop those in the comment section below. And then if you guys want to follow my Instagram, I'll have a link in the description for that. I post my Shopify revenue on there pretty much daily and do like Q&As and stuff on there, so it's pretty valuable. That's going to wrap it up for today's video though. Again, hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.